then you can really start to build that feel in time, lower those arms, reverse bicep curl, and you're going to start to get that club path a little bit more back to zero, which would be the goal if you want to hit it straight. So if you're struggling with that over the top move, hitting those big pulls or slices, then this video is really going to help. I'm going to share my absolute favorite #1 drill that's going to fix your over the top in just 3 swings. My absolute go-to drill, works every single time. Guys, my name's Danny Malcolm. Thank you for joining me today. We're here at the Perth Golf Centre studio. Let's dive straight into the drill. So the drill is called 430 path. So a lot of players who are swinging over the top, essentially what we're doing in the downswing is just unwinding the body too early, leaving the hands up here and getting that club to come over the top. That can cause those big pulls. If the club face is square to the path, you can see the club path there very much to the left, 8 degrees, or it can cause those slices if my club path out to in, but my club face is then open. So very dependent on your club face there, but that club path is what we're going to look at today. So if you're a player that's coming over the top and your club path is a lot out to in, what I'd encourage most players is to try and do the extreme opposite. Now, a lovely little game I like to do with players in on the lesson tee is I think of a number and I get players to try and guess that number. Now, in this instance, I've got a number in my head right now, and oftentimes players might guess and I go, how quickly can you guess it? So they might say 2 and I go higher, 4 higher, 6 higher, 10 higher, 20 higher, 40 higher, and I go, no, higher, higher, higher. My number in my head there for some reason was 2,000. Now, the reason I share that is because if that player just went 10, I went higher, and then they went 5,000, then I'd say lower. But now all of a sudden, because they've gone to that extreme number of 5,000, they know that, okay, what we're trying to hit is somewhere in the middle. So using, and you get there much, much quicker, right? So using that analogy, when we're working on this instance, if I'm swinging or if you're swinging 10 degrees out to in over the top, we want to hit that 5,000 and start to swing 10 degrees into out. So you can start to feel the extreme in practice. So you get to 0, the number that we're looking for in this instance, much, much quicker. So the drill we use for that, or what I use, my absolute favorite is 430 path. So I'll show you with 3 sticks, you only need 1. This would be 12 o'clock. Imagine a big clock face around us here. 12 o'clock. This is going to be 3 o'clock. And then what we're going to do with the stick, in this instance, is put it at 430 on the clock face. Now, you can forget these 2 sticks and just put one down at 430 once you know what you're doing, or just a golf club. But what this does, guys, is just gives us a wonderful visual now to work with. So when we get to the top now, and I love to do some without the ball to start, let's exaggerate getting to the top and trying to get this club to work along that 430 path. Now look, I mean, that's way into out. Now if I swing from there and hit a golf ball, I hit one just so you can see, that club path is going to be way into out. So plus 13. So, you know, the complete opposite of what we did there. But if you work it slow for a player that comes over the top, you will not be able to change it 23 degrees like that quick. But you've got to feel that extreme without a ball first. So to the top, feel those arms lowering, swinging out to the right, getting your club. And what I love about this is this instant feedback. You don't need TrackMan to tell you this. You can see where this club is coming from. I can see there, that's coming from this 430 path, exaggerated position. Rather than there, I'm coming from here. So lots of slow reps to start, get the feels, really exaggerate. It's going to be tough for a lot of players initially, but just start to see what your body has to do differently in order to coordinate that task and get that club coming from the inside. Essentially, what we're trying to do when people are saying shallow the club or low the club, more from the inside, all these different ideas, really all we are actually doing, guys, the top of the backswing is really arms lifting up and across us slightly. To get it back down, we're just doing this move. So just remembering it is that simple. Now it's not easy, that is for sure, because a lot of players struggle with it. I have struggled with it in the past when I was younger. So, you know, I know it's not easy, but it can be improved. But that's essentially all we're doing. So you take that same idea to the top here, there. Now it's not a pull yank the chain, anything like that. It's not a try and swing into out because you're going to early extend and do all sorts of things there. It's basically lowering the arms. Think of a reverse bicep curl here with that trail arm. And it's just the rates at which you do that. Players that are coming over the top aren't doing that either at all or early enough and just turning, clubs out of position. And what we want to do is more of this early and then rotate. So the exaggeration would be 430 path, then a rotation, club comes out to the side. So starting small without a club, video it, have a look, and then you can do some small shots to the top. And just hitting those little shots out there. I really like the pump idea. I use this a lot on the lesson tee to the top, keeping the body still. 1, 2, and on the third one, we swing through. And you just start to get this idea of trying to exaggerate it more out to the right. So there's that 11 degrees into out. Now what I then encourage your player to do is, can you get some bigger ones, bigger swings? You wouldn't do it this fast, of course, but just for the video, to the top. Some faster swings and really feel the rates at which you lower those arms. Now, because I've added in the speed, remember, as soon as you add in the rotation, it's going to bring the club back out. Rotation is a steepener, in effect. The arms lowering is a shallower, if you will. So as we add in the body speed, it's going to want to come back out. So we need to either slow this down or speed these up, or both. So guys, 430 path, my absolute go-to. It's just a wonderful, wonderful drill. And again, when you exaggerate it to start with, you might even hit the ground way early here when you're really exaggerating into out. Obviously, you don't want to be 10 degrees, 13, 15 degrees into out, but it's a great feel. So I would stress less about the strike and just focus more on where the club's coming from on camera. And when it comes to strike, these things can, and this is why a lot of players don't improve, because of the skill development, guys. Now, this is more technical based, but when it comes to skill, I've developed a wonderful free test that you can take. Click the link in the description below. It's just going to take 5 minutes, and from that, you'll know exactly what skills you need to work on, whether it's your striking skills, your ground contact skills, or your club face and club path skills. So click the link in the description below, take the test, let me know how you go. It's a completely free test there. And then you can, just start to build those skills that will tie in beautifully with these technique changes. So that's always a challenge in golf, technique versus skill, and trying to sort of improve both there. So guys, that's the 430 path. Give it a go. Give it a go. Get a club down or a stick, anything there on the ground. And once you've done a lot of slow reps, then you can really start to build that feel in time, lower those arms, reverse bicep curl, and you're going to start to get that club path a little bit more back to zero, which would be the goal if you want to hit it straight. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you go with either the test or the 430 path drill, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.